Hi everyone, I'm Carly Pearson here with Carlys Connections, and today we're here at Elite Edge Transformation Center in Waukee, where I'm sitting down with owner Eric Hauser, and he talks about not only helping transform your physical capabilities, but also your mindset.
My name is Eric Hauser. I got into fitness about a decade ago. I did not go to school for it. I went to school for something entirely different, and then I worked with special needs after college. I got back into fighting professionally shortly after I graduated college, which led me into personal training. Just some friends that I knew out of Grandview College's fitness center, and then I met Joe Brammer, the guy that started all the Elite Edge Transformation Centers in Iowa. We were at a Bellator fight. I was fighting on the undercard for a pay-per-view event for Bellator, and I met him and he told me that he has a gym and he's looking for trainers, so it gave me an opportunity and I came out here. I figured it'd be a good thing to do while I was still fighting, trying to make it to the UFC. I had one more fight while working here against a UFC veteran. I knocked him out and got a UFC offer and turned it down because I fell in love with doing this. It was a lot of fun. I got to get up every day and help people. I had a very fulfilling day and then got to listen to good music all day and jam out, walk around, socialize, and it never felt like I was working the entire time I was doing it. And that led to me becoming the manager, and I've been managing the place for 9.5 years, and I've been the owner for 2.5 years, and the owner in the Grimes location for 1.5 years now. We offer kids strength training 3 days a week. We do it all summer long and then all throughout the school year in the evening. Currently, we have about 35 kids in the program between the two locations. At the Grimes location, we have a more advanced kids program. It's for a bunch of youth athletes. We've got a national champion wrestler, a couple 3-4-time state champion wrestlers, an elite soccer player that travels all around the country to play. So we got a lot of fun with the kids programs. And we also work on kids martial arts. We teach kids jiu-jitsu, kids kickboxing. Big passion of mine is working with kids. It's a lot of fun. They're a lot easier. They learn quicker than the adults. They don't typically always listen as well, but some adults don't listen at all. But it's a good time, and I like to help leave a good impression on the youth these days and help them become more disciplined, have a little bit more self-esteem, believe in themselves, and know that they can do anything they set their mind to. Firstly and most importantly is a welcoming environment. We want people to feel like they can come in here and not feel uncomfortable, intimidated. They don't want to get off the couch in the first place. For the most part, they're comfortable, they're at home, but then they come into a new environment, and it's scary for anybody. I don't care what shape you're in or what level of experience you have. Coming into a new gym is intimidating, and when you come in and you don't feel welcome and it doesn't feel like people are there that care about you, it's hard to continue to do that. So we try to build a fit family here. We try to make sure that everybody who walks in the door feels like they're valued, they're seen. I make sure that everybody gets their name called several times during their class. When they walk in, I get a lot of excitement, like, hey, what's up? How you guys doing? During class, we motivate them by name. We go up, we physically help cue them, and we try to connect the dots for them, why they're doing certain things, why it's functionally effective to do the movement we're having them do. And it's one of those things where you can see when people fall in love with fitness, and that's what I live to see, especially with kids and women, actually, because a lot of women come in here like, oh, I can't lift that, I can't do that. And then I was like, well, I will just pick it up. I won't even tell you what it weighs, try to pick it up. And they're like, holy crap. And I was like, that's over 100 pounds you just picked up. So there's that happiness and that satisfaction people get when they see that they're capable of doing anything they set their mind to is just one of those things where they got to have the courage to try it, and I like to provide that courage for a lot of people. So I'm very passionate about this, and I'm very, very into making people work a little harder than they want to, than they're comfortable feeling. But when they get done with it, and all the while they're cursing my name, people flip me off in class, give me some side eyes and whatnot, but I live for that. It's a form of endearment to me. I'm at the end of class, like, man, that was awesome, thanks. Sorry for being mean to you. I was like, it's okay, I don't think it's actually real. So it's one of those things where I truly love to push people. I love motivating. I love coming up with different things to say that people haven't been accustomed to hearing before while they're working out, to help make that connection. Like, oh man, I got this. Like, there's something that's pushing me. He's reminding me to think about it, kind of thing. So I really like being able to be that psychological impact in people's workouts. The comments I get from people that were previously unhealthy when it comes to their body, when they come in like, got my blood panels back, I'm healthy again, the doctor says whatever I'm doing, keep doing it, I'm down 25 pounds, my entire life's different, my energy's different. My favorite one is probably when both men or women express that their life with their partner has improved significantly because of everything that's improved with their body and their confidence, their the way they feel about themselves makes a difference when you are talking about intimacy with your partner. So that's one of my favorite things, is when I help reignite a flame with a couple. That's one of those things when people come in there. I've had wives come in and say, thank you so much. It's entirely saved my marriage for me to be in here and do this for the last year and a half. I'm like, well, good for you. I like hearing things like that. That's what's my biggest motivating factor. We allow entire families in here. You'll see some kids running around while their parents are working out and stuff. You used to have a little daycare area over there, now we don't, but I still let the kids come in as long as they're not hurting themselves. But I'd make all the parents sign waivers for their kids. Like, if your kid comes in here and runs into a barbell or hits it, you're not gonna get me for it. But then you have your kids come in and they work out with their parents, they watch their parents and they pay attention the entire time. They're setting a good example for their kids. There's a direct correlation, especially with moms. The more active a mother is, the more active your children are gonna be. And the same can be said for dads, probably not as prevalently, but it makes a difference. If you grow up seeing your parents being unhealthy, you're more likely going to do that. If you grow up seeing your parents being healthy, more likely going to do that. So I allow kids to be in here all the time, and that's why we started the kids program, because we had kids wanting to work out, and we didn't typically allow kids in the adult classes. So it was like, let's do a kids program, and it just kind of took off, and it's one of my favorite parts of the day now. So when clients come in here, I try to make them feel empowered as much as possible. I try to make them think about things in a different mindset so that they can motivate themselves. A lot of times I'll pick on moms. I'm like, all right, imagine your daughter's watching you right now. Don't let her see you give up on yourself, kind of thing. Women go crazy for that one. They'll start pushing really, really hard, something like that. I specify to different people because I've been coaching a lot of these people for 10 years. I know them very well. I know what their kids do. I know what they do for a living. So I'll use different specific things to try to motivate certain people. I know if, like, after the Super Bowl, when Tom Brady made the crazy comeback against the Falcons, had a lot of Patriots fans in here. And I was like, all right, and it's a cardio morning. I was like, all right, guys, it's the fourth quarter and you're within 7 now. Let's go. You're almost there and be Tom Brady. And people go crazy for that kind of stuff. You just make that connection to something that they're passionate about, and you make that a motivator for them, and they're going to work harder. They're going to change the way they look at their fitness. And when you start telling yourself, I'm getting better from this is improving me, it's a lot easier to get through your workouts rather than, God, I got to go through this workout again. This sucks. A negative mindset makes everything so much more difficult, and a positive mindset makes it so much easier to do and so much more enjoyable. So I try to make people realize that, and I utilize what I studied in college when I studied psychology as much as I possibly can to help people do that. So.